Alright everyone, so this is Mobwives Season 6, Episode 5, The Sitdown. So how this episode starts off is where it left off. Drita's actually coming into the scene, but before she comes into the scene, you know, Karen, Renee, Big Ange, and Carla are all talking because they're trying to figure out, look, we've all done stuff to each other in the past, and at this point we're just trying to make amends and move on. Is she willing to do the same? She is in Drita. And so, we'll see what happens. Here's what happens. So, it gets really weird because Drita initially is on the defense because everyone is kind of coming at her. Not kind of. They are coming at her because they're trying to figure out, okay, we've all made amends with each other. Why do you still have the issue? Why do you still have the problem? What's really going on? And I'll tell you what's really going on. Drita feels like all of you are fake and phony. Because how is it that, oh, we love each other and we trust each other and we're all bosom buddies again just because we're not angry with each other at this very moment. And I agree with her initially. But then I think about it and I realize, Drita, you've done the same thing. Even though you may not have thought that you did it because you might have verbalized the fact that you were irritated or upset about a certain situation, but you still have also played that game of, okay, we're pretty much cool now. But here's the thing, people can grow and people can be mature. I know that you don't think too highly of the women together when it comes to pettiness, but if you really think about it, they're grown. They all have lives. They have children. They have other things to worry about. So if there's this circle of people that's supposed to be their friends and understand a certain lifestyle that no one else can fully understand, they need each other. You guys really do need each other. And so, here's what happens. Drita says, you know what? Carla, what's the issue with me? Carla goes and says what the problem is. You know, we're supposed to be cool, we're supposed to be friends, but, you know, you essentially sick big love on me. And Drita's like, I would never do something like that. Why would I do something like that to a friend? Why would I do something to like that, period? That's not my character. And I do agree, that doesn't even sound like Drita. That doesn't make sense. Love, I'm sure, did that on her own accord. And the fact that Drita left, it was just one of those things. And then when Carla came back and she didn't receive a warm reception from her friend Drita, it's like, alright, what's really going on? But, and Drita never really said anything about that. She did deflect and kind of talk about how, you know what? Well, how is it that you two and Renee and yourself had such a big problem? How'd you have such a huge argument and now you're all bosom buddies? And it's like, hello, we've said sorry, we've apologized to each other. That's what happens when you're really friends with someone. You have years and years of experience and friendship behind you. And so it's like, why would I throw that away because of the fact that we had these squabbles, these problems? And Drita just looks like she wants to laugh / she's pissed. But Drita goes and does, you know what? You know what? I apologize. I'm sorry about telling your Big Ange or anyone about the situation with your boyfriend. It was not with malicious intent. I was worried about you and that's why I said something. But that was it. And so it's like, she accepts that. And then her and Renee talk and it's essentially the same thing. It's like, you know what? Renee, I apologize. I apologize because I didn't mean to say that you were the reason for the group's issues, for all of the group's issues. Because, as we know, everyone played a part in the foolishness that's gone on for the past six seasons. So, that was unfounded, but Renee accepted her apology as well. And it was like, finally, that's all I wanted. And that's how most people are. You literally can spit in their face and do anything to them and they'll be alright as long as you apologize. And Karen was on this kumbaya my lord thing. I mean, Karen and Big Ange really kind of were the mediators, and it was a little weird because I'm used to seeing Karen also be a turn up. But when I actually think about it, Karen's definitely more so, if you provoke me, I'm gonna snap. Drita's more so, if I even think that you're trying to attempt to provoke me, I'll snap. So that does make sense now that I really think about it. So Renee's trying to convince AJ and his girlfriend to move into the house, if nothing else, at least part-time. It actually works because she takes them to this ice lounge. That looks cool. I want to go to something like that. I'm in the tri-state area, so it's not like I can't. Maybe I'll go with my sister. But it's funny because they're all wearing furs. And at first I was like, what the? And then the second thing I was thinking to myself, I was like, I want to do that. I want to wear a fur and be cold as hell. What? Does that help with the digestion? But, so she gives AJ's girlfriend a ring, not a ring, a watch, and AJ a watch as well. I'm not sure if it was a Rolex or whatever it was, but of course they both looked really, really nice. I was like, oh, I want one. You know, I have this, and I love you, Samsung, but that TikTok really TikTok all by itself. I don't need to recharge it or anything. But anyway, you have, and they agree, you know what? You're bribing us, and it worked. We'll do 3 days. And AJ's girlfriend's like, no, we'll do 5. And so part-time. And it's like, all right. I got what I wanted. I could live with that. And you have Marissa with her brother's, oh, I'm sorry, not brother, with her boyfriend's sister. And her boyfriend's sister, I don't know. Leave a comment below because there was something about her. Who is she? She reminded me of someone. And it was interesting because her and Marissa have kind of like the same mannerisms. So I'm wondering if Marissa's always been the way she is, or if she kind of adopted some of her mannerisms from her as well. I think that's what it was. I was like, it was definitely Valley Girl. But I'm like, y'all are in New York. Where is this Valley Girl coming from? But again, it's all about households. Either way, it's fine. I still like Marissa. Marissa's talking about how, you know, with Drita is, you know who Drita is. And it's like, of course, I know Karen and Renee too. We've known them for years. I've known them since I was 7. And Drita, she would come by all the time. She was like part of the family. It's like, yeah, so that's why I was confused when she kind of gave me the cold shoulder. But you know what? She showed me love at the party, so it's just like bygones be bygones type of thing. It's like, yeah, exactly. All love, we're all family. And then it was like, well, then there's Brittany. You know, I need to deal with her. And it's like, yeah, you do. So do it. So that was pretty much that. And so you have Karen, Big Ange, Carla, and Brittany coming to see. Why did I say Big Ange? Yeah, Big Ange was there. Oh, and Renee was there too. And so they're all talking about Marissa. And here's the thing. Karen likes Marissa and she knows her family. Just like she knows Brittany's family. And they have close relationships. So she's not trying to rock the boat. You know how that is. A friend of a friend of the family. And so you have to really teeter around them and not go too left, because that will really mess up a relationship family-wise. Look, that's too much for me. But anywho, Brittany is not having it. She wants to beat the crap out of Marissa. She wants to beat the crap out of Marissa. She wants to do it now. It's like, you called me a lush. You keep caring about anything and everything that I do. I'm tired of you. When I see you, I'm going to get you. You call me a cheerleader now? Because, of course, they tell her about the whole cheerleader thing. But Renee is the one who used the word cheerleader, essentially. But Marissa was upset because it's like, wait a minute. How are you talking about Drita when we were in the Hamptons, but now you're all up under her at Big Ange's party? And so Marissa wants to fight. She wants to fight. And so does Brittany. Brittany really wants to fight. Marissa's just like, look, I don't like you, but if you're not saying there's a problem, then there's not a problem. Carla is having a little squabble with her son. I was going to say kids, but no, her daughter seems fine. But her son is, I forgot that her son was a handful. Yeah, I forgot that he was a handful. Because this show's been on for a while. And he doesn't... I'm not going to go off and say that he doesn't... Because he's a little kid. But he doesn't respect his mom the way that he respects and listens to his father. And so it's very apparent. Because she really can't control what he does at this point. And he's 12 years old. So it's only going to get worse from there. If her ex doesn't step in. But yeah, so after that, you have Karen, Drita, Marissa. Karen, Drita, Marissa, and Carla. And they're all together. They're all smiling. And they're all talking. And, you know, big bright eyes. Everyone's happy. Everyone's happy. No. Because Marissa, you know, Drita's just like, oh yeah, Brittany said this. Brittany said that. You know, she's ready to fight. She feels a certain way about you calling her lush and doing this and doing that. And Marissa's just like, alright, so when we gonna do this? 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 Oh, I just don't understand what's this chick's... I don't understand what this chick's issue is. Oh, I'm like, oh. I'm gonna get it though. Look, if you tell me that she said that, I'm gonna do that to her. I don't care what you think. I don't care what she thinks. And that was weird because how they edited it, they made it seem like the originals were going to have a direct issue with the newcomers, Brittany and Marissa. But no, it was actually just Marissa and Brittany turned. And so we were just seeing them talking to the originals as if it was the other person that they didn't like. And it's going to be interesting because they do squabble at the end. They do squabble. But some of these scenes were actually a little drawn out for dramatics. Because there was no need. And Karen's trying to again play peacemaker because she feels like, oh, she's stuck in the middle because she knows both families. And because she knows both families, she can't go and side with one person even if she feels like the other one is doing too much. Or if the other one is maybe annoying. And so yeah, there's that. And you have family / friend time where Renee is calling on Big Ange because Renee decorated AJ's room and it looks like a cross between elementary school / middle school. I mean, baby pictures with him and her when they were both younger. It was just, there was a lot going on. And Big Ange just like, Renee, I love you, but were you high when you were doing this? Renee was like, yeah, and? So, Big Ange is going to help her out. And so then you also have Karen being with her daughter, and her daughter's actually saying how she appreciates the fact that she brought her out here, even though she didn't want to go leave Arizona originally, because it was suburban, and then New York is very multicultural, and so she feels like she grew and developed, and she's really comfortable here, and she can't imagine being anywhere else now. So it's really nice to see that, and Karen's trying to help her daughter get into the modeling industry. And so her daughter's just like, yeah, we need to turn up on that. You need to be more like Kris Jenner. I'm like, oh Lord Jesus, is this what the children think? You do not want your parent to be like Kris Jenner, because your life will be on the fast track to money and success, but you won't have much of a personal life. So, we get past that, and the next scene is where everyone comes together at this carnival. It looks like a carnival or something, or the shore, whatever it is. And you have Brittany who's pissed, and she's meeting up with everyone, and everyone's trying to calm her down, but she's like, I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna get them. get them. When I say get them, I mean she's going to get Marissa. Because she can't stand her. She hates her. The girl's annoying. She's prissy. She's a brat. And Karen's just like, you know what? We're friends. And I'm friends with Marissa's family. So I can't have you going and fighting her because that will make it hard for me. And I'm just like, Karen, I understand what you're trying to do. But it's not going to work in this case. There's too much pettiness and bad blood between the two for you to really do anything about it. Now, aside from that, we have Marissa clearly not dressed to fight because she's in a bathing suit, and then she has like a cover-up, a really like colorful, what was it, red, yellow, blue, and partially see-through cover-up. And I'm just like, okay, Marissa, you look good, but what are you doing? Like, what's going on? You have Brittany in the princess Amazonian ponytail with the gladiator sandals ready to... Lord Jesus, take the wheel. They sit down, and long story short, it's like, oh, you call me a cheerleader for Drita? And it's like, well, that's not what I said. Marissa's like, that's not what I said. And it was like, Renee, you say, didn't she say she said cheerleader? It's like, no, I said cheerleader. And it was just like, oh, well, that doesn't even matter. So what's your problem with me? It's like, I don't have a problem. It's like, oh, so here we go. So that was it. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Again, it was a pretty good episode, but it felt drawn out. It felt like they were really reaching and almost felt like a borderline filler. They could have just made it 30 minutes, an amazing 30 minutes, and move on. My opinion.